welcome. I'm Anand Naidu. Thanks for joining us. We begin with the ongoing saga of former U.S. security contractor Edward Snowden. On Friday, he said he would ask for asylum in Russia as a first step to moving from the transit lounge of an airport near Moscow. But Russia's foreign minister said on Saturday that his country has not received an asylum application. Snowden's final destination still seems likely to be one of the Latin American countries that have offered him asylum. His likely destination remains Venezuela, which is where we find CCTV's Martin Markovits. He joins us live now from Caracas. And Martin, what are you hearing there in Venezuela?
While there has been no formal response from Maduro yet, he did reiterate his asylum offer. I mean, I think he's waiting for the Russian authorities to figure out whether they're going to grant Snowden asylum. But meanwhile, audio clips from the meeting that Snowden had with human rights activists were released. Snowden said that he had done nothing wrong in releasing U.S. surveillance secrets, but he expressed frustration that he could not accept offers of asylum.
This willingness by powerful states to act extra-legally represents a threat to all of us and must not be allowed to succeed. Accordingly, I ask for your assistance in requesting guarantees of safe passage from the relevant nations in securing my travel to Latin America, as well as requesting asylum in Russia until such time as these states accede to law and my legal travel is permitted.
Even if Snowden is granted requests in Russia, it's not clear how he would travel to his final destination.
Martin, the president of Bolivia's flight from Moscow was denied overflight rights by some European countries, as we know, and that's when it was suspected that Snowden might be on board. So if Snowden decides to get to Latin America, how is he going to make that long flight from Russia?
I mean, it's going to be very, very hard because he can't go, as we know, through much airspace. The main route was to take a commercial flight to Cuba, but it seems like Cuba won't allow him to go through. So probably the best bet would be to get a Lear jet that would go through the polar ice caps and then down the Atlantic to Caracas, but that would be very, very expensive.
Okay, and what about the other Latin American countries that have offered Snowden asylum? What do we know about that?
I mean, it's the same status that we have with Venezuela. They're waiting to see what happens in Russia. But today was a very important day because it was a meeting of South American countries in Uruguay, and they released a joint statement which they said that every country has the right to grant asylum. And it's ironic because most of these South American countries actually did not offer asylum to Snowden.
Okay, thanks, Martin. Martin Markovits there talking to us from Caracas in Venezuela.